Well, hey, how's it going, guys? Let's adjust this camera just a little bit. Let's see here. I guess that's all right. That'll do. I'm recording this in a Super 8 hotel in Colorado Springs, Colorado, because I just competed in the World Slopper Eating Championship, which happened on August 27th in Pueblo, Colorado. Major League Eating was not did not pay for my hotel room and my travel expenses, so I'm kind of like traveling on the cheap this time around. For folks that don't know, the World Slopper Eating Championship happens at the Colorado State Fair every year. It's been going on, I believe this is the fourth year that it's been going on. And it's the Colorado State Fair, so they've got plenty of stuff there. I mean, they've got like all these food stalls and some other food stalls. There was probably some other stuff. I don't know. It's just the important thing is the food stalls. I mean, that's why you go to a carnival, right? It's all the food and stuff. All right, so let's get right into it. So the World Slopper Eating Championship this year started with a local celebrity undercard event, which was kind of fun. I mean, it's just a bunch of like local celebrities got up on a table, and it was basically a contest to see who could eat one slopper the fastest, which of course is not what you do in a regular Major League Eating contest. But I mean, they're local celebrities. They're not big eaters. They're just there to have a good time, put on a decent show, and have fun. The event was over basically before it even started. Like, it was pretty impressive how quickly that one gentleman was able to put down one slopper. So maybe he should move up to the big leagues next year. So to the main event, if you look at this table, we did have a heck of a lineup this year. Center of the table, there you've got Jeff Esper, you got Mickey Sudo, you got Nick Weary. So that's, I don't know, 2, 3, and 5 or something like that, if I recall correctly. Major League Eating, those numbers might not be correct. Also had a couple of other folks there. There's Sergio, right next to Michelle Lesko. That would be, let's see, that is on Jeff Esper's right. And to Nick's left, that is myself, Steve.The.Rabbit Hammond, of course. And we had Ryan from Salem, Oregon, made the trip out. You might know him as Max Carnage or Big Eaters Club on YouTube. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get this thing started and get right into it. And I'll share some thoughts along the way and let you know how things are going. Now, I am recording this little voiceover before I do all the other edits. So, like, presumably there's going to be, I don't know, some kind of counter on there. Oh, and they're off. There they go. That's my mark to know how to line up this faux voiceover with the other video that's going on. The video that I recorded. Yeah, so I just threw my phone on the ground with a little tripod, hoping that I'd get a pretty decent view of the entire table. But it's like, you can see me over there. So yeah, this is my second time competing at the Slopper Eating Championship. I mean, last time I competed, Jeff was there and he ate something like 38 sloppers, something like that. So he was obviously, I had a feeling going into it that he was going to win this one as well. So yeah. I hope you don't mind spoilers, but yeah, see how that turned out. Watch the rest of the video to see how it turned out. I've mentioned in the past, Nick Weary. Look at him. Oh my gosh, the guy's a friggin' animal. I was right next to Nick, and there was spray and debris going everywhere. Like, he is a man after Joey Chestnut's own heart. Like, he's going at it, man. He just thrashed through these things. He was going so fast. So right off the bat, I kind of figured that Nick might be number 2. Of course, Mickey's there. You can't ever count her out. I mean, good grief. Number 1 female competitive eater. I figured that, Mickey and Nick were going to be numbers 2 and 3, but it was a question of like who was going to be there. And there's Michelle Lesko. I figured she was going to be my big competition. I didn't know whether I was going to take 4th or Michelle was going to take 4th. So yeah, that's one that you do have to watch the end to see. Now, I was keeping up with Nick at the very beginning pretty well. You see the numbers if I put the numbers in, right? Like, we were stacking up trays basically at the same rate for the first couple of trays. Now, one thing is that I don't think I can eat quite as fast as Nick. I think that he and I are kind of like maybe on the level, but he's just got a way bigger stomach than me. I mean, that's just, it's a physics problem. He's got more space in his tum-tum than I do. I'm working on it. Now that I'm not in school, I can focus a little more on practicing for Major League Eating and eating contests, stuff like that. Just re-signed a contract, so I'm with MLE for at least another 3 years. So You'll probably see me around the circuit at a couple of more contests. Um, yeah, so moving on, so I did a practice run, a couple of practice runs. I recorded a practice run and put it up where I wanted to see how quickly I could eat 20 chicken burgers, which was pretty similar to this. If you've seen a Slopper, it's basically like an open-faced cheeseburger with what they call chili. It's a very, very thin chili. It's almost like gravy. It's not too hot. It's just like a little bit warm, not super spicy. Just it gives it a good flavor. Gives it a good flavor, I'll say. And I noticed that they were topped with like slices of restaurant supply store cheddar cheese is what it looked like. So I was pretty happy to see that they used like pretty good quality cheese. It wasn't like faux soy product, faux cheap cheese, nothing like that. So yeah, these. Like, honestly, they're pretty tasty, I gotta say. They're not bad. If you ever get a chance, if you're ever at the Colorado State Fair or ever in Pueblo, Colorado, I mean, check them out. They're pretty good. This year they were, oh gosh, I don't know. They were charred, cooked charred on the outside, like just a little bit crispy, but like not overcooked. So I thought that they did a pretty good job. All in all, I think the extra liquid from the chili does make it pretty easy to go down. So this was obviously going to be a see. I'm actually, when I look over my shoulder right there, there's a little bit of confusion about whether or not I needed some extra sloppers. So the people behind me were handing me trays of sloppers. Like that's where our food was coming in as we were eating it. And they kept on asking to see if I could, see if I needed more. And I was like, I got a tray right here. I don't need more, not quite yet. So there's a little bit of confusion there, but I don't think it slowed me down too much. Honestly, at the end of the day, it was my stomach capacity that was the real limiter today. If I haven't mentioned it, I did eat, I can't remember if it was 20 or 21 last year. So I figure if I could get 20, I was going to be okay. But I wanted to, of course, like usually, I wanted to set a personal best. So I was aiming for 22 or better. You can see I'm starting to get full at this point. It's starting to hurt. I'm trying to do the little wiggle to try to move that food down a little bit further so I can fit more sloppers in. And my goodness, it was really starting to hurt at this point.
You can see the human struggle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there I am, telling the volunteers no, I do not need more sloppers. Do not worry about giving me sloppers. Give them all to Nick.
That's 5.5 gone, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5 minutes of sanctioned maintenance.
Some of the other folks there were a couple of newbies at the table, a couple of rookies at the table, and a couple of folks that are not super regular on the circuit. But yeah, it was cool to see a lot of people show up to try to represent. Just have a good time. Just put on a decent show and put on a show for the folks. Because at the end of the day, that's the reason why I'm there. I know that when Jeff shows up, or when Nick shows up, or when Joey shows up to a contest, it is game face. They are there to win. But for me, I know that I'm not going to take first place at any of these contests. So I'm just there to do the best that I can. My biggest competition is myself, just trying to do a little bit better. If I can get a payout, that's awesome, but I'm not super worried about that. I just want to try to become a little bit better. I aspire to be a really great competitive eater, but I think that's something that I need to work towards, not something that I can expect to happen overnight. So you see, I've got a stack of trays in front of me right now. Now each one of those trays had 4 sloppers on it, so that's how we were keeping track of them. So I'm probably, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that's 5 trays. That's 20 sloppers right now. And I was looking at that last tray and thinking oh God, I don't know how many more of these things I can eat. Going into it, I think that's slopper number either 21 or 22 that I'm chowing down on right there. I'm thinking that's about all I can do. With the last couple of moments of the contest, I was thinking that maybe I could try to chipmunk one if I could get that 20-second one down, but I ended up coming into like the last 10 seconds with half of my 20-second slopper left, and I just knew that there was no way that I was going to be able to fit number 23 into my stomach. Like, I figure if I tried to chipmunk it, I was going to be there chewing for like 5 minutes, and then I would probably have to spit it out, or I might get disqualified. So I really didn't want to do that. So going into the final count, yeah, I knew that 22 was going to be the number that I was going to do, which, yeah, not bad. There we go. Hands up. Contest over. Let the counting begin. If you look at the numbers, even if I had gotten that 23rd one, wouldn't have made a difference. So hey guys, I hope you got a kick out of that video. I had a lot of fun coming down to Colorado. It's always a cool place to visit. If you've never been to Colorado, like, it's a lot of fun. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a good one, and until next time, peace out. You guys take it easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the results are in. Edith, if you can take a step back, please. In 6th place, with 15 and a half sloppers in 8 minutes, Andy Kochek, ladies and gentlemen. In 5th place, with 15 and 3/4, Michelle, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. In 4th place, with 22 sloppers, the great Steve Hammond, ladies and gentlemen. In 3rd place, with 24 on debut, the #1 ranked female leader in the world, who is making breakfast tomorrow for her fiancé, Nick Wary. With 24, 8-time Nathan's Famous champion of the world, from Tampa, not Tucson, even though she did used to live there, Mickey Sewell. Okay. In 2nd place, with 25, whipping his fiancée by 1, the great Nick Wary, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, DJ, let's just pause the music right there. Normally I make a big song and dance about it being close between 1 and 2nd, but this victory was decisive, it was clean, it was brutal, it was pure, and I enjoyed it. I now call upon the mayor of the great city of Pueblo, Colorado, the great Nicholas Gradisar, to present the winning trophy and Fabergé honed Pueblo chili themed necklace. Mr. Mayor, are you ready to do this? I will ask you, Jeffrey, to step forward into the middle of the table. Your winner, an undefeated slopper eating champion of the world, with 34 sloppers, 33 sloppers, forgive me, 33 sloppers in 8 minutes. Your winner and champion of the world for the next 12 months at least, I give you Jeffrey Esper.